for some reason, the Jets have become like a trendy Super Bowl pick, and the Jets' first-round pick from 2020, that's Mekhi Becton. He said he's going to make critics eat their words. So he's very important to protecting Zach Wilson. Everyone is on the line. They beefed it up a little bit in free agency as well. How are you viewing a young Jets offense for fantasy purposes here, Geoff?
Yeah. So, I mean, the Jets are going to have their offensive line, like Becton, whatever. If he bounces back, great. I don't really like it when guys come out. Just do your work on the field.
Yeah.
And make us shut up with your actions
and then
instead of your words.
I agree.
We know that the eating the W's doesn't work from Jameis Winston. So enough of this eating stuff. Like, it's not really going to work out, guys. As their offensive line just lacks depth. And I'm not sure how much better it's actually going to be this year. And I think that is going to be a slight problem for week-to-week consistency. Now, you've got Elijah Moore, who's getting great targeting down the stretch. I expect that to continue. And I would prefer him over their first-round pick from this year. I think that you're more likely going to see Moore stay on the outside, get those longer targets, and I think his targeting will stay pretty strong. So I'm high on Elijah Moore and Zach Wilson, especially for DFS, using them as potentially, as comeback plays or as stacking partners as well. So I think that Elijah Moore is a player that you should be very high on this year. But, take it with the Jets offense is still going to be like week to week, perhaps poor. And I think that you'll see Zach Wilson also suffer as a result.
Pearce, after years of fantasy football irrelevancy, could the Jets offense finally reappear on the fantasy radar?
Well, they could if you read the Jets blog that I checked out. No, it wasn't written by Kenny Ducey, but in this Jets blog, which references PFF. Yeah, shout out to Kenny.
Yeah.
So PFF at the end of the season ranked the Jets offensive line as the 11th best in football. And if you look at the individual performances of each lineman, analytically, they're really good. Now, the thing is, they never really played together. They dealt with injuries, and for whatever reasons, it just never really gelled. And so you had Zach Wilson with the worst bad pass rate in the league, the worst on-target rate in the league, the worst pressure rate in the league. He was hurried more than any quarterback. But, hey, PFF says, hey, if you look at these guys individually and look at their metrics, they are studs. And Becton checks out, Vera Carter, I believe. Every single lineman on that line is top tier. Their worst is a 75 graded center, which is still a pretty solid offensive line. So maybe, after an offseason of gelling, and if they can stay healthy, that should help Wilson out. But again, Wilson's got to make better passes, not hold on to the ball as long, and then maybe he can get it to Elijah Moore and the receivers.